Welcome to your essential guide for America's 250th birthday celebration in Washington, D.C. In 2026, we'll mark a quarter millennium since the signing of the Declaration of Independence, and the nation's capital is preparing an unforgettable series of events. This comprehensive companion will help you navigate the Semiquincentennial, explore the rich history of the National Mall, and discover all the exciting events planned for 2026. Join us on this pilgrimage to the very heart of our democracy, covering its history, iconic landmarks, special events, and all the logistical details you'll need. So, why 2026? This year marks 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence, often called the biggest U.S. birthday yet. It's more than just a celebration, it's a moment of both festivity and reflection. The overarching theme is, We the People, and the unfinished work, a recognition that while we celebrate 250 years of resilience and reinvention, we also reflect on the ideals of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Your experience will be a convergence of the celebrator, enjoying the festivities, the mourner, remembering the sacrifices, and the searcher, engaging in civic dialogue and our ongoing journey as a nation. The National Mall, the stage for so much of our nation's history, has its own remarkable evolution. In 1791, Pierre L'Enfant envisioned a magnificent 400-foot wide Grand Avenue. However, by the late 1800s, it had fallen into neglect, becoming a jumble of shacks with open sewers and railroad tracks, a far cry from its intended grandeur. It wasn't until the 1902 Macmillan Plan, led by the Senate Park Commission, that the mall was restored to its open vista, expanding westward to include the Lincoln Memorial, shaping the iconic landscape we know today. At the heart of the mall stands the magnificent Washington Monument. This Egyptian obelisk is a powerful symbol of strength and eternity, and at 555 feet, 5 and 18 inches, it was once the tallest stone structure in the world. But it also tells a fascinating story of national disunity. Construction began in 1848 but halted in 1854 due to a lack of funds and the Civil War. When work resumed in 1876, marble from a different quarry was used, creating a visible color line, about 150 feet up, a permanent scar marking that period of division. From the 500-foot observation deck, you'll be treated to breathtaking views, stretching 30 to 40 miles, encompassing the Capitol to the east, the White House to the north, and the Lincoln Memorial to the west. Just beyond, you'll find the majestic Lincoln Memorial, a powerful tribute to our 16th president. Its architecture, modeled after the Parthenon, reminds us of its classical roots and its place as a birthplace of democracy. Inside, Daniel Chester French's monumental statue of Lincoln is carved from 28 blocks of Georgia marble. Notice his hands. The clenched left hand symbolizes his strength and determination during the Civil War, while his open right hand conveys compassion and peace. Here's a fun fact on the second inaugural address inscription. The F in future was accidentally carved as an E. The bottom line of the E remains unpainted to hide the error. And for 2026, there's exciting news. The Undercroft, the foundation of the memorial, will open as a new immersive museum in July, offering a fresh perspective on this iconic structure. Take note, the 36 columns represent the 36 states in the Union at the time of Lincoln's death. The National Mall is also home to poignant war memorials, each telling a powerful story about the cost of freedom. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial, designed by Maya Lin, is a profound, black gash, pointing towards the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial. Its polished granite reflects the living, intertwining their images with the names of the lost, listed chronologically by date of casualty. The World War II Memorial is a triumphant plaza featuring 56 pillars, representing the states and territories, and a wall adorned with 4,048 gold stars, each representing 100 lives lost. Finally, the Korean War Veterans Memorial features 19 statues that reflect in a black granite wall, creating the illusion of 38 soldiers, symbolizing the 38th parallel. Etched into the memorial is the poignant inscription, "Freedom is not free." Now, let's look at the exciting calendar for 2026, with key celebrations planned throughout the year. In the spring, from March 20th to April 12th, you can enjoy the National Cherry Blossom Festival, which will include the planting of 250 new trees, a special gift from Japan. Summer brings a flurry of activity from June 4th to 6th. Explore the Spirit of Independence at the National Archives, followed by the Great American State Fair on the National Mall from June 25th to July 10th. Of course, July 4th will be spectacular, with a Capitol 4th concert, a Declaration reenactment, and magnificent Semiquincentennial fireworks. As we move into fall, mark your calendars for September 24th, the 10th anniversary of the African American History Museum, and special expanded programming for Veterans Day on November 11th. Washington, D.C. offers a wealth of museums and exhibitions that bring the American story to life. The National Archives will feature a permanent exhibit called The American Story, using AI technology to match documents to your interests and guide you through its Road to Revolution gallery. The iconic Smithsonian Castle reopens in May 2026 with a new visitor center and an exhibit titled American Aspirations. The Air and Space Museum will have all its galleries fully reopened by July 2026, celebrating the museum building's 50th anniversary. And for something new, the National Geographic Museum will launch its Museum of Exploration in July 2026, featuring immersive technology and captivating expedition history. Beyond the monuments and museums, you can experience living history in D.C. through various events and unique cultural offerings. Civic action will be prominent with the March 4th Democracy on February 27th and 28th, 2026. This isn't a parade, but a massive mobilization demanding government accountability, a true reckoning. For interactive tech, look for the 51 Steps to Freedom augmented reality trail, where you can use your smartphone to bring figures like Frederick Douglass and Rosa Parks to life on the mall. And for culture and nightlife, check out Dacha Beer Garden for their 250 Years of Beers celebration, or visit the Spy Museum for their Red, White and Spy interactive tradecraft experience, delving into codes and invisible ink. For those who love to explore on foot, we've designed a perfect day walking tour. You can start conveniently at the Smithsonian Metro. Your journey begins at the majestic Lincoln Memorial, serving as your anchor. From there, you'll visit the powerful Vietnam Veterans Memorial, then proceed to the World War II Memorial, offering a moment of quiet reflection. Next, you'll head to the Washington Monument, but remember, this requires a timed ticket, which we'll discuss shortly. You can grab a coffee or information at the castle, before heading to the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial and the tranquil tidal basin to end your day. A pro tip: the distances can be deceptive. It's over 2 miles, so if you feel tired, don't hesitate to use the DC Circulator bus, particularly its National Mall route. Securing access to popular attractions requires a bit of strategy. For the Washington Monument, timed tickets are high priority and required. They are released in 2 batches, a 30-day release at 1000 AM ET on Recreation. Gov, and a limited 24-hour release daily at 300 PM for the next day. A warning: walk-up tickets are very limited and risky. For museums, general entry to most Smithsonian institutions is free. However, for peak 2026 season, timed entry will be required for the Air and Space and African American History Museums. For transportation, the Metro is your best friend. Use the Smithsonian or Federal Triangle stops. If you enjoy cycling, Capital Bikeshare has over 350 stations. A crucial warning: parking is extremely scarce, so we strongly advise against driving. To ensure a smooth and safe visit, please be aware of the no-go list for security and prohibited items. You cannot bring aerosols such as sunscreen sprays, bug spray, or mace into monuments. Food and drink are not allowed inside monuments, though water and sealed food are permitted on the grounds. Weapons, including pocket knives and replicas, are strictly prohibited. Drones or laser pointers are also not allowed. Please note the maximum bag size is 18 by 14 by 8.5 inches. This is important: there is no storage for prohibited items at monuments. Any forbidden items must be discarded, so please plan accordingly. We want to ensure everyone can enjoy this momentous occasion, so accessibility is a key consideration. For physical access, elevators are available at the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial, particularly through its new undercroft. Shuttles are also available at the Capitol for those with mobility challenges. For major events like the March 4th Democracy, expect comprehensive event support, including ASL interpretation, additional mobility support, and designated rest areas. To enhance your experience, several digital tools will be invaluable. The National Mall Gateway is a new digital tool offering virtual visits, and the Essential NPS app will provide maps and critical weather closure alerts right on your phone. As we conclude, remember that whether you identify as a mourner, a searcher, or a celebrator, the National Mall is truly where the American story is told. 2026 is more than just an anniversary, it's an invitation to stand where Lincoln sat and Martin Luther King Jr. spoke, to actively participate in the ongoing narrative of a nation 250 years in the making. We encourage you to plan your journey to the heart of democracy and be a part of this once-in-a-lifetime experience.